Are you feeling tight or stiff? Is your low back hurting from sitting at a computer or a desk all day? Or maybe you even have a standing desk and yet your back is still feeling stiff and tight when you're working. Well, in this video today, I'm going to be showing you a quick routine that's under 5 minutes that you can do to feel more energized, to feel more mobile, longer and stronger as you go throughout your day. And this is a follow-up video to the last video I did. I will link it below on how to remedy computer tension. And a viewer recommended that I create a series of videos that incorporate these standing stretches and exercises that you can do throughout your day. So that is exactly what I'm going to do in this video today. My name is Jenna, and this is a channel where we talk about holistic pain relief methods, as well as topics ranging from the subconscious mind to nutrition. And it really all has to do with how you can just feel better in your body and really live the life that you were meant to be living. So this routine was designed to help you stretch the muscles that feel tight throughout the day from sitting or from standing at a desk, which are typically your hips. We're also going to focus a little bit more in this video today on spinal mobility so that we can lubricate the joints of our spine so that your back feels better. Because when we're working on a computer, our shoulders are rolling forward, our body's going into flexion. And so these stretches and exercises are designed specifically to reverse that pattern, to open up your spine, your chest, to help improve your posture. And when we feel better in our body and when we have better posture, then we're going to be more productive and more energized throughout our day. So it's really important to make time for moving your body throughout the day. You're definitely going to feel better and you're definitely going to feel more focused on the work that you're doing. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use a chair as a prop because this routine is designed to allow you to just set an alarm. I suggest every 20 minutes, get up, do a few stretches, and you can actually use your chair as a prop. And if you're on a hardwood floor, you may want to put a yoga mat or something under your chair so that it doesn't slide. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up my hips by doing a hip flexor stretch. I'm facing my chair and I'm going to put my foot on the chair and I'm just going to start to lean forward into a stretch. And I'm going to do that about 5 times, moving forward and back. And as I'm doing this, I can think about also engaging my core, reaching my tail to the earth so that I'm really opening up through the front of my standing hip. So if you feel any pain in your knee with this exercise, then go ahead and just make it a little bit smaller and don't go as deep into the lunge. If this feels tricky for your balance, then you may want to use a wall and just bring your hand to the wall. Okay, let's go ahead and do that on the other side. I have the headlights of my hip bones pointing towards the chair so that my pelvis is square. And I'm just going to rock into the stretch and come back. So I'm slowly lengthening the psoas, lengthening my quads. The quads are the hip flexors. And that should feel like it's really opening up your hips, even after just doing a few of these. I'm sure that you will really notice the difference. Okay, so how do you feel so far? You're probably already feeling longer, more open, more mobile in your body. So the next one we're going to do is come from the back of the chair. So I'm going to go ahead and place my hands on the chair. I'm going to walk my feet back until I feel a stretch in my shoulders. So if your chair just feels like it's too high for this, maybe you have a chair that has a really high backrest, then you can go ahead and just do this with your hands at the wall. And then you want to see how far you can sink your chest down without feeling pain or discomfort in your shoulders. I'm also lifting my tailbone up towards the ceiling, like I have hot cups of tea resting on my spine, and I don't want to spill the tea, especially on my tailbone. Take a few breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. So you should be feeling a nice, juicy stretch in your shoulders as well as your hamstrings. And with each breath, just allow your chest to sink a little deeper. So I would suggest doing about 3 long, deep breaths there in that exercise. From there, I'm going to go ahead and bring my hand to the chair and do a side bend. So I can either just do this like this with my feet together, nice and easy. Or the second variation I could do is in a squat position. So I have my knees and toes turned out. I have my hand on the chair and I'm working my legs while I'm going into that side bend. So this is a really nice way to open up the rib cage, mobilize the spine, and also get some work in my legs, because if I'm sitting all day long, my legs are not in this position, for one, and I'm shortening and tightening those muscles, but I'm not working them in a functional way. So just because a muscle's tight doesn't mean it's strong. So this is helping to work the muscles in your legs in a way that is more functional in a standing position. So I would suggest doing this 5 times. And what we're going to do from there is pivot turn towards the chair. I'm going to bring my right leg forward, my left leg back, and come into a lunge. And then I'm just going to start to bend my knees. So I'm going to show you kind of the more basic way to start with this exercise. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can walk your back leg back and come into a deeper lunge. So again, we're going for that hip flexor stretch and lengthening and opening up through the spine. So I'm lifting my chest and I'm sending my tailbone and reaching it down to the earth. And I'm going to do about 5 of those. And then on the last one, I'm going to hold and breathe. So if this is hurting your foot or your back toes, then I would pivot your heel down. If you're wearing shoes, then just figure out a position that feels the most comfortable in your back ankle. So it could either be with your heel up or your heel down. Very nice. Okay, so now I'm going to do that on the other side. I'll walk my chair around. I'm going to start with opening the legs wide. I bring my hand to the chair. I bend my knees. I go into a side bend and straighten my legs. Incorporating the breath, so I exhale, bend, reach my arm up and over, inhale, lengthen. So if that just feels like too much for you, then feel free to have your feet parallel. You can also just do this without a chair by sliding your hand down your leg. So there's a lot of different variations that you can try here. Make sure that it feels like it really works for you, utilizing what you have in your space. So I would do 5 of these. Turn towards your chair and bring your hands on the chair. And I'm going into a lunge. This time I have my left leg forward. I have my right leg back. And I'm just dipping my back knee down towards the floor. So again, if that feels like too much for you, you can just hold the stretch. You could reach your heel down, feel a nice calf stretch there. Find a variation that feels like it works for your body. Okay? That's the most important thing. Then I'm going to turn. And now I'm going to do a couple exercises specifically to mobilize my spine so I can work on some of that tension that develops throughout the day from holding my spine, my back in one position, which makes it feel really stiff. So I can start with my hands on the chair for balance. And I'm going to start to move my spine like a wave. So I'm rolling my chest up towards the ceiling, lifting my gaze, and then bringing my chest down. So again, I'm starting with these exercises showing you the more kind of basic variation, and then it's up to you if you already have a movement practice, if you already do yoga or some mind-body exercise like that. You may want to make this a bigger movement if you are familiar with moving your spine like this. If this is totally new to you and it feels really awkward, that's fine. It's good for us to try things, especially when it comes to developing new movement patterns, to try new things that we haven't done before. So make it small if it's feeling like this movement is not familiar for you. And you can also try doing the reverse. Maybe that actually feels better for you. The goal here is just to lubricate the vertebrae in our spine. Like I said before, these vertebrae can kind of get stuck from being in the same position throughout the day. So we want to lengthen to decompress our spine. So motion is lotion, and these movements are designed to get into those areas that don't really move throughout the day, to mobilize them, to lubricate those joints. Just like any machine, we need lubricant so that we can have a well-functioning machine. The body is the same. So that's what we're doing with these exercises. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just bring my arms up overhead, lengthening my spine, decompressing my spine, and then I'm going to bring my hands behind my head and open and lift my chest. As I exhale, I'm going to take my chin down towards my chest so that I'm stretching the back of the neck. And I'm going to do that again. Lift my gaze, lift my collarbones, my chest, open my elbows wide, take a breath in. Feel that expansion. Exhale, roll my chin to my heart. Let's do that one more time. So this is really nice. When we are working on a computer, we tend to hold our head forward. And so this is actually working our neck in the opposite position that we tend to hold it. From there, I'm just going to lift my shoulders up towards my ears and roll my shoulders down and back a few times. We're unwinding the tension in the shoulders. We're bringing them back towards their functional position. Really feel your shoulder blades sliding down your back. If you can remember to do this throughout the day, I'm sure that your shoulders and your neck are going to thank you. Okay, so how does your body feel now? We've stretched our hips, we've opened up our spine, we've opened up our shoulders, we've stretched our neck. So I hope you're feeling much better after this routine. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that short routine for alleviating tension from working on a computer throughout the day. You may want to even try this if you're working at an office, because this could inspire some of your coworkers to get up and move with you. So let me know in the comments below how this routine felt for you and which exercise you like the most. And if you'd like me to do another video like this, let me know. I would love to hear from you in the comments. And please like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content in this channel, and I will see you on the next one.